The world freezes every day at exactly 3:33 p.m. for precisely 1 minute. Nobody else seems to notice or remember it happening until today, when you see someone else moving during the freeze.
Maya Chen's fingers tightened around her analog camera as she checked her watch. 3:32 p.m. Right on schedule, she positioned herself at the corner of 5th and Main, waiting for what she dubbed the freeze. The familiar weight of isolation settled over her shoulders as pedestrians rushed past, completely unaware of what was about to happen.
Just 30 seconds now.
She raised her vintage Nikon to her eye, focusing on a businessman mid-stride. The second hand on her watch ticked steadily forward. As it hit 3:33 p.m., the world stopped. The sudden silence crashed over her like a wave, bringing with it that distinctive muffled quality to the air, as if someone had thrown a thick blanket over the entire world. The businessman hung suspended mid-step, his briefcase trailing behind him. A flock of pigeons remained frozen above the crosswalk, their wings spread in eternal flight. Even the steam from a nearby food cart hung motionless, creating ethereal sculptures in the air. Maya moved carefully between the frozen figures, her footsteps echoing unnaturally in the suspended silence.
Day 342 of documented freezes.
She spoke softly into her phone's voice recorder, knowing it wouldn't actually capture anything during the freeze. It never did. Technology seemed to pause along with everything else. But the ritual of documentation helped keep her sane. She raised her camera, adjusting the focus on a young woman frozen while catching a paper that had blown from her hand. Movement caught Maya's eye, something so out of place during the freeze that at first her brain refused to process it. She lowered her camera slowly, her hands trembling. Across the intersection, a man in a gray suit was actually walking, through the frozen crowd. Her heart hammered against her ribs as she watched him weave between the stationary figures with practiced ease. He moved with purpose, checking his watch occasionally, completely at home in this impossible moment. The man, tall, with dark hair and sharp features, paused to study a frozen child holding a balloon. Maya's breath caught in her throat as he turned and looked directly at her.
Well, this is unexpected.
His voice cut through the dampened air with startling clarity. Maya stumbled backward, bumping into a frozen teenager on a skateboard. The man raised his hands in a peaceful gesture and smiled.
I'm Marcus, and you must be like me, aware during the freeze.
Before Maya could respond, the air shifted subtly, the telltale sign that the minute was ending. The sounds of the city crashed back like a breaking wave, and the world resumed its chaotic dance. The businessman completed his step, the pigeons continued their flight, and the young woman caught her paper with a surprised laugh. But Marcus remained where he was, his eyes locked on Maya's, that knowing smile still playing at the corners of his mouth. He began walking toward her through the now moving crowd.
Like and subscribe for more.